All right, Sussex Squad, settle in, because the royal news cycle didn't just wake up messy, it woke up feral. You know it's bad when the palace PR team starts blinking in Morse code. And today's chaos? Courtesy of none other than Prince Harry, who once again said, "You're not going to lie on my name," and pressed send with the confidence of a man allergic to royal nonsense. This wasn't a subtle move. There was no polite bow, no delicate briefing, no royal ribbon trying to soften the blow. Harry's latest legal filing was basically, "Here are the receipts, try me." And the reaction inside palace walls? Picture someone flipping on the lights in a room full of gremlins, pure scattering energy. Reports say Charles is rattled, like someone told him his favourite pen was discontinued. Apparently, the lawsuit has landed with the kind of impact that sends senior aides into 9 a.m. crisis mode. And if they're meeting before brunch? Oh, something is very wrong. The palace wanted a quiet winter, a soft news week, a gentle headline. Harry looked at that wish list and said, "Absolutely not. Because this legal move isn't just a filing, it's a spotlight, a giant one, the kind that exposes every crack, contradiction and scrambled excuse the monarchy has been hiding with PR for years. What makes this moment hilarious is how hard the institution worked to pretend everything was stable. They polished those gates until you could see your reflection. Meanwhile, chaos was brewing behind them like a pot of forgotten tea burning on the stove. Charles is reportedly facing pressure like never before. Why? Because he spent decades trying to curate an image, shape a narrative, and keep everything under tight control. But now his own son has dropped a legal truth grenade into the middle of the Buckingham living room, and suddenly the control he was clinging to is slipping faster than Andrew's reputation. And speaking of Andrew, oh, he's part of today's show too. While Charles is stressing over Harry's lawsuit, Andrew is causing fresh headaches. You would think he'd be lying low, but no. He is apparently glued to Royal Lodge like he signed a lifetime membership. Reports say he refuses to move, refuses to negotiate, refuses to budge, basically acting like the mansion is the world's most expensive anchor. And the public? They've had enough. They're looking at Andrew lounging in luxury while contributing nothing and asking, why is this allowed? Because every time Charles tries to project responsibility and modern values, Andrew's situation screams the opposite. The funniest part? Andrew reportedly believes he has been reasonable. That's an interesting interpretation of the word. So when he was told his lease might be reconsidered and certain privileges could fade away, he was shocked, absolutely bewildered, like he thought he'd unlocked royal immunity points for life. But while Andrew is doing the mannequin challenge in Royal Lodge, William is somewhere in the background trying to play strategist. Word is he's advising Charles with pep talks like a coach who shows up with clipboards and motivational quotes. "Stand firm, be decisive, fix this before I inherit it." Very future king who reads self-help energy. It's wild because William keeps urging Charles to act tough, while Harry is the one actually demonstrating integrity, transparency and courage. Harry's lawsuit is rooted in evidence, real evidence, and that's exactly what terrifies the palace. They can handle gossip, distraction and headlines. What they cannot handle is documented truth that can't be edited or politely ignored. And the British media? They're scrambling like pigeons at lunchtime. You've got commentators insisting Harry's case is weak, as if that strategy ever worked. Let's review hacking scandals. Harry won. Privacy cases. He won. Tabloid misconduct. he exposed it. Every time they mocked him, he walked into court with facts and walked out with victory. You'd think they'd learn by now that underestimating him is basically a hobby for people who enjoy being wrong. The monarchy doesn't fear drama. They fear public awakening. Because once people start questioning the point of the throne and the purpose of its rules, the entire illusion begins to crumble. And right now, younger generations are asking the big questions. The palace can feel it, and the panic is showing. They keep trying to present themselves as modern, responsible, and organised. But Harry's legal move exposes what's really going on: scrambling, confusion, old habits, and deep insecurity. And Andrew refusing to vacate his mansion? That makes the institution look like it's being held hostage by its own contradictions. Charles knows one wrong step could accelerate a decline that's already creeping in. The palace is operating in full survival mode. They're rearranging their public image like furniture, hoping no one notices the cracks in the walls. Meanwhile, Harry and Meghan Sussex are in California minding their peace, joy, and creativity, living softly, building freely, thriving without palace rules breathing down their necks. Meghan is blossoming, Harry is grounded, and their children are growing up in an environment that prioritizes love instead of optics. The contrast is glowing. One side is serene and truthful. The other side is disorganized and defensive, and the world sees it. This whole situation is a reminder that authenticity always wins over outdated institutions. Harry is not scared to speak, not scared to stand alone, and not scared to challenge a structure built on silence and spin. His actions expose what the palace wants hidden: uncertainty, chaos, and vulnerability. As long as they keep delivering the drama, you know the Sussex Squad will be right here sipping tea and unpacking the whole thing. Loudly, joyfully, and honestly. If you enjoyed breaking this down with me today, remember to tap subscribe, hit super thanks to support the channel, and keep this community shining. Your support helps us stay loud, bold, and unbothered by royal dramas. Let me know in the comments. Should Andrew finally vacate Royal Lodge? Or will this saga drag on until the next century? Thanks for watching, thanks for supporting, and I'll see you in the next one.